Last summer, I hit the biggest jumps of my life. Twice. First on Whistler Bike Park's A-line, and then again on their Dirt Merchant Pro line. Fresh from leveling up, I ventured to the infamously techy North Shore, where I found out that hitting big jumps doesn't necessarily translate to slow and techy features. In fact, I got wrecked there. Though I left beaten and bruised, I was grateful to the North Shore for helping expose a weak point in my riding that I became determined to improve. Now, if only I could find somewhere to practice. Unless you've been living in a cave for the past year, or, I don't know, maybe a van, you've probably been following along with our friend Seth as he's begun to build what is now the most famous backyard trail system in the world, Berm Peak. Ever since I've known Seth, he's had a healthy appetite for all things sketchy, a fact clearly reflected in his own trail building. Like everyone else, I too was on the outside looking in as Seth continued to add to his collection of sketchy features. As I watched Seth and many other competent riders struggle to ride these features, I realized that this was exactly the challenge that I needed. If I can successfully ride every single feature at Berm Peak, I will without a doubt have become a more proficient technical rider, and possibly even more importantly, have the bragging rights of being the only one besides Seth to do so. Little did I know, I had already made my first mistake.
I could ride that.
Having seen the mainframe on video, I couldn't understand why anyone would struggle with it.
Wow, it's definitely steeper and shorter than I thought.
When I arrived, Seth gave me the grand tour around the trails, and sure enough, things on the internet often aren't the same in person.
Oh, shit. That does look ridiculous. That looks sketchy as hell, dude.
I can't tell you how accurate your assessment is.
After getting the lay of the land, it was time to start checking features off my list. And whether I liked it or not, I was starting with one of the most technical trails here.
I think I hit the features way out of order than most people would hit them. What do you say?
For sure.
When I got here, we were working on the whale tail. In order to hit the whale tail, I had to hit the pucker plank.
The way I judge steepness is like, how close do you have to be on your bike before you start seeing the thing below you? And it's definitely seemed a lot steeper once I got on my bike.
Go!
After making quick work of the pucker plank, I ambitiously set my eyes on what both Seth and Kevin swear to be the sketchiest feature on all of Berm Peak.
It's the scariest jump I've ever ridden in my entire life, hands down. You come up to it and now you think you're gonna stop and bail. You can't. Both me and Kevin have crashed the same way, where you sort of bail out and smash into the back of the landing. Squirrely Dave went straight off of the lip and looped out on his back wheel and flew out.
Despite seeing Seth and Kevin get absolutely wrecked on this, I still like my chances. So, with our buddy Landy holding the current record with a successful try on his fourth approach, I set my sights high and said I'd do it in 3. Naturally, Kevin and Seth were pretty skeptical, so Kevin decided to wager a friendly bet.
I got 20 bucks on it. It's crazy.
I'm down with that.
Not one to back down from a bet, I knew what I had to do.
Oh, I hit the brakes. Oh. All right, you guys are right, it's not easy.
You technically have 2 more runs to match the record and 1 to set the new record.
All right, so it's on right now.
Drop in.
I'll give it to you.
Alex and he hit the berm in one shot. Like,
oh yeah.
For whatever reason, this is Alex's feature.
It's real. It's real. He really hit it on the actual 3rd run up, and like it really is. It's true. He did. I just paid him.
Carrying momentum from the Kevin jump, I proceeded to check both the pecker jump and whale tail off my list that very same day.
Boner log, check. Dude, this is fun.
To Seth and Kevin, this jump line is the most difficult part of Berm Peak. But for whatever reason, it didn't even faze me. And yet, I'm terrified of my inevitable face-off with the snake pit gap, a feature both Seth and Kevin rode first try without a single thought.
God.
The Elmer Fudd feature is another great example of this. Being a skinny, twisty, and elevated feature, it preys on my every weakness. But for Seth, it's a cakewalk.
What? You went so fast! How'd you do that?
Though we each rode it successfully our first try, you can clearly see the difference. The thing is, every rider is different, each with our own unique experiences and riding styles that shape the lens through which we see trails. A fact that is made perfectly clear when you look at how differently Seth and I rate the difficulty of Berm Peak's features.
I wanted to see how I would rate them versus how Seth would rate them, because I have a feeling it's totally different.
So let's start it off. Let's kick it off.
All right, so
Easiest.
starting with the absolute easiest thing. Man, my handwriting is terrible. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Grandpa strength.
All right, so we got them backwards.
Grandpa strength, I mean, literally, you can come into that with no speed, all the speed in the world. It always works, and it has a perfect track record.
Snake tongue.
Snake pit gap.
I almost forgot that I wrecked my first try on the snake tongue.
Yeah, you did.
Remember that?
You did. What do you got?
Kevin jump.
Snake tongue. We might have the same one.
I don't think we have the same one.
Whale tail, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the whale tail, I think, is definitely more technically difficult.
On
And we
the
look back at
whale
the
tail,
footage and
yeah.
we're brushing the tree and it's like, but when you're doing it, you never think about it. But on Elmer Fudd, I am always thinking I'm about to die. Pecker jump?
Whale tail.
We were putting the pecker jump as harder than the whale tail?
You put it harder than the Kevin jump.
Have you crashed on that more than any other feature on Berm Peak?
That's a good question.
All right, what you got?
Though we ranked every single feature in a different position, there was one that we seemed to agree on.
The mainframe is the second hardest feature on all of Berm Peak. So many people still don't know that it's the mainframe, but it's a play on mainframe, like a mainframe computer, but it's the mainframe because getting maimed is getting injured, like basically beyond recognition.
Oh God!
Oh God. Dude, exactly what happened to Dave, my front wheel turned.
Dude, how bad did you get your knee?
It just torqued it to the side. Dude, look at that. I can't believe that just happened. It wasn't hard at all.
Out of all the features on Berm Peak, who would have guessed it'd be this awkward pile of wood that got me?
I think I got this no problem.
I think you got this no problem too.
We say that, and I say that, and then this is gonna be where I crash.
Oh, the irony. After one more try and one more bail, I finally got the courage to enter with enough speed, which led to me finally clearing it. Even if just barely.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness. I'm happy to have that one in the bag. Oh.
I feel like that should have been your first attempt.
I had to fight for it a little bit more today, but it's okay.
Yeah.
As I continued to practice riding the mainframe, I was really able to clean it up and, dare I say, even began to enjoy riding it. By this point, I had checked the majority of the features off my list, but I wasn't out of the woods just yet. Before jumping straight into the gap, I decided to first warm up by tackling the snake tongue line that I had built with Seth and Brian a couple weeks before.
Oh man, that was a little wobbly. God, I'm always so nervous about the back tire.
That is just never easy, man. It's never a cakewalk on the skinnies.
Whew. Oh man. I have been dreading this.
Do me one favor, do not get hurt on this.
Yo, why you gotta keep saying stuff that sounds like massive?
Nah, that's all B. There's no such thing as jinxing.
Come on.
Though I still wasn't that confident, I began to take run-ins and feel it out. For whatever reason, every time I look at this snake pit gap, all my brain can seem to do is think about all the things that can go wrong. And there are a lot of them.
Yeah. Good choice.
After a few sketchy attempts, it actually seemed that I was beginning to get the speed I needed.
I didn't commit.
But for some reason, I still couldn't wrap my head around the idea of jumping from a skinny over a tree.
I'm not doing it today.
Good choice.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been doing it more than the 3 runs.
You second guessed yourself way too many
I'm
times.
thinking all sorts of dumb stuff in my head. I got no qualms about hanging up the helmet for today, and we'll come back, and I'm gonna get it.
Sometimes the best thing we can do when faced with a seemingly insurmountable task is simply to step away from it for a little while. So that's exactly what I did. Over the next few weeks, summer officially arrived. As new life bloomed everywhere on Berm Peak, I too began to feel like I was ready for a fresh start. And though still nervous, I headed back out, determined to conquer the feature that once got the best of me.
Today's the day. At least I'm trying to tell myself that. It's become this thing in my head, so today I just gotta get over that.
You do.
Mind over matter.
You got it.
You mind doing it real quick so I can just remember, get a visual? That didn't make me feel better at all. He went so fast. Man. Man, this might be hard.
Oh, dude. You had the speed and everything. And you went in smooth. It wasn't like you went around the
I
turn
picked
all
my head up.
sketchy. Just commit.
Come on!
If you come around that turn, you feel dialed, leave your brakes off.
Come on. Let's go. Just get this done. I can do this. Yes! Yeah! Oh my God, it's such a good feeling to get it done.
That wasn't even a problem for him.
I just decided that I was gonna do it, and that's all there was. Yes! You know what the deal
That
is.
was nothing, right?
I gotta go do it again.
You gotta
right
go
now.
do it again, quick.
The best part about finally clearing this feature, I finally get to go full speed into the grandpa strength gap. And with that, my checklist is finally complete. This was a massive accomplishment for me, as it's completely shifted my mindset on technical writing. Now, instead of being afraid of failure on technical features, I get excited about the challenge, knowing that I will inevitably become a better writer in the process. It took some serious tech skills, tons of mental fortitude, and maybe even a little luck. But after 3 months of battling it out with Berm Peak, I can officially say that I am the second person ever to clear every single feature. Though I've cleared my checklist, some observant viewers may have noticed that there is one feature I left off. And don't you worry, we're gonna get to that very soon, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can catch that video when it comes out. For now, it's safe to say that I have officially leveled up my tech writing, and there's only one thing left to do. It's time to celebrate with a full lap down Berm Peak.
Whoa, that was a rim ender, I think.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Holy. I always wonder what would happen if somebody cased that,
Yeah,
and
I know, me too.
I heard exactly what would happen.
Yeah, dude, holy cow. I'm just really happy I kept going.
Yeah, that was
I lost my pedal completely.
time to get a new bike.
Yeah, look at the saddle, bro.
Oh man!
I'm just gonna have to figure out how to make this video.
Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine. I just wasn't gonna bail from the bike because I knew better. I've done that too many times, and it's just like, if you're, you know, you can't, if you're broken, you can't ride a perfect bike. I've learned that lesson many a time, you know?
You think you might have cracked your rim?
So just for everyone watching, this video was supposed to end with a shredded type sequence. And we're running out of light out here, and we just finished shooting some for Seth's video, and we're like, all right, yo, let's get some shots. We can get some in. There's like 5 minutes left of light. We can get some more for my video. When we come up here, I hustle. These guys get into place, and that was the first run. And
Well, you want to hear the good news?
I think the video's over.